should I even really do this? I mean, I'll pretty much be on my own. You know what? Let's do this. I guess I'll see you guys on August 31st.
Hey guys, so this is my Twitter. It's not very, alive, but in it I do mention that I'm a streamer, indie game designer trying, father of no kids, builder of stuff. Now that small section that says indie game designer trying, that's what I've always kinda wanted to do. And to be fair, I do have a couple of projects going on at the moment. However, nothing that's anywhere near completion. You see, the main problem is, well, my dev team. The best way to explain it is, let me just show you a picture of my dev team. Yeah, it's just me. So naturally, any game that I make will take a very long time to finish. Mostly because I refuse to use any pre-made or stock assets. So I'm basically trying to make everything myself. The only way to make my dev team more effective is to go out there and actually interact with people, but I'm kinda shy, and I find it hard to find friends, even in VR chat. Making YouTube videos is one of the only ways I know how to interact with people with. Yeah, I know, that's sad. Anyways, that doesn't matter. The point is, I want to make games. So what I did is I actually joined a couple of Discord servers that revolve around indie game development. These people are awesome, and they suggested that the best way to just get into game dev is to do a game jam. Basically, you sign up for one of these things, they give you a theme, and you make a video game within a very limited amount of time that fits that theme. Of course, with game development, things can go very wrong very fast. So I decided to just do it, and although there were several different game jams happening, I eventually settled on one called the Interstellar Game Jam. It seems chill, so I'll start here. I'll have to wait a few days for the game theme to be announced, but you know, I don't mind, so yeah, let's go. So, for this video, the first thing I'm gonna do is actually show you the result of my mess. It would just be better for context because for the rest of the video, I will be explaining what I did for certain parts of the game, so I thought it'd be just better if I just show you snippets of what I created. Keep in mind, I only had 5 days to make this game, and I made literally everything from scratch within that time period. I didn't have any pre-made assets, so the game is not gonna look good, but it plays okay. So, let me show you what happened. Yeah, please excuse my presentation. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you the game now. Okay, so just so you know, Kiryu down there is not part of the game. that's just the stream layout. I do regret this layout. It starts like Breath of the Wild. So in this game, you have to collect MC tokens, which make you more of a main character the more you collect. And of course, you start in prison. Of course, as soon as you collect an empty token, you can do main character things, power things like, you know, go into the lava. And yes, I did all the voices because I don't have anyone else to do voices for me. At least not without feeling bad because I don't pay them. And of course, at this part, you're just collecting MC tokens and hopefully something happens. Of course, you have to avoid the Weeb Cyclone. And of course, the Weeb Cyclone ooh-woos when you hit it. Oh crap. That was a terrible idea. Completely normal phenomenon. Oh no, we're going fast. We're going very fast. And we're off to space. Or are we? Now we're fighting space beasts. And we lost all of our MC tokens. Well,
it's okay, MC.
That's unfortunate. So, how was this mess made? Alright, so I'm about to find out what the theme is. I am actually kind of nervous. It's in 4 seconds. We'll see what it is. I hope it's not something like it's a rhythm game or something. Alright, let's see. Defy the laws.
Ignorant of the law is not an excuse.
Okay, what can I do with this? I mean, technically a lot, but I mean, I guess let's see. I'll start planning out what's happening, and we'll see what I can do. Alright, so I finished plotting the game. I don't expect anyone to know what this means just yet. What I'm interpreting from the theme is, the theme is defy the law, and to me, I just see chaos. So that's what I'm hoping to represent with this game. Oh, I love these small whiteboards. I can write notes in the back and stuff. So cool. So at first I was gonna do a day-by-day video, basically what I did in day 1, day 2, and so on. And originally I even had a plan on what I wanted to do each of the days. But I kind of ended up just doing everything at the same time instead, because you do one, you start programming one, you just kind of start going crazy. And as such, not only this video, but the game jam was kind of disorganized in my end. So I'll just explain how I created each of the many parts of the game, how I made the art, sound effects, programming, all that stuff. So let's start with the art. So I couldn't sleep. My case says that it's 5:47. My chickens are singing, but I decided to just draw some of the assets now before I go to sleep. So there's MC, yeah, I know, and then guards, MC tokens, bullets, and El Edgar, and a penguin. And I just scan it and just run it, put it in GameMaker. And yeah, this is what it looks like without the pencil marks. And my god, I love these pens so freaking much. I am so glad I bought these recently. I don't know why I never did it. Anyways, it's sleepy time. Okay, so it's the next day, and I actually went ahead and made some of the other assets, like the bee, the golden goose, and the race car. And now I need to retrace it into here to have 2 or 3 frames for each animation. Now I don't have a light box, but I do have this, a tablet, and as it turns out, there are apps that, okay, it's upside down, that make the screen look like a tracer box, and that prevents it from you to inputting anything on the screen. So at that point, all you have to do is, I guess flip it over like this, and then put this on the bottom, and put this one on top. Look at that. Of course, I'm still gonna trace with pencil because, otherwise, I don't want to make mistakes. So, it's that's how I'm gonna do. I'm thinking 3 frames should be enough. It's not something exotic, but should be enough. Cool. I have the initial 3 frames of the initial stuff. Everything else should be easier from here. So, that's cool. My dumbass just realized that instead of having to have 2 separate pages, I could save 1 paper by making the second frame on the back, since it's already, on the other side. Oh well. And well, these are the leftovers from the game, from the art. There's RealMC, which I just noticed. I didn't add a beard or a mustache, even though the model has one, but okay. There's El Holmes and a penguin, which you'll notice is thinner than the actual game one. That's because I drew these 2 on the last day and I was so sleepy, so I had to use Photoshop to make them thicker like an actual penguin. So there's that. And there's the final scene where you lose all your MC tokens, but you didn't lose your friends. One of the frames, of course, the MC token, fire, all that. And then another frame, the explosion effect, of course, and then plastic straw, which is used by murderers, and paper straws, which are used by the good people, allegedly. Stinger bullet, which went unused. This bullet did go used. And then the heart was actually something that the Weep Cyclone was supposed to shoot, but of course that also ended up being cut. Quite a lot going on here, actually. Tires, the fridge, which, fun fact, that's the text that was originally there. The fridge is running. On the edited version, I actually just added, yes, the refrigerator is running, thank you for asking. The explosive barrel, toilet, bed, El Edgar side effects, the door for the Weep Cyclone, Tuxie Tux with RealMC, Kokoro Ramen, chicken, because I love chicken ramen, and the finish line. These are the prison cells. Notice that I did leave the pencil marks there because I needed to know where the line was in this case, and I did end up using that texture. And of course, if you get rid of the logo here in the center, it's actually like the planet as it was, and of course the moon. And notice, yeah, I put in the silver millennium there because, you know, why the hell not? And finally the parachute, fire effects, the wind blowing, which went on using. This is actually an interesting case because this is the drone that ends up patrolling the prison cells, but it was originally supposed to be the guards, but the guards just weren't cooperating, so I had to change them to something that was much more simple to program. And that was supposed to be the final boss, and that was supposed to be an attack from the final boss. And his name is Unbig. This was supposed to be spin, and then they would occasionally just launch into RealMC. And I just didn't have time to program a final boss room. But yeah, you know, that's most of the art from this game. And of course, we're missing one piece of art, which you might be asking, where's the Weep Cyclone? Well, it's from another project. That it's actually cut content from another project from my scrapbook. Yeah, I do have to do my scrapbook like this because I'm left-handed. No. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's the Weep Cyclone. And yeah, I noticed the burn this page thing. It was pretty cursed, but I mean, that's where it came from. I can actually show you the process that I use to record audio in general. This is actually what I do for my YouTube channel, but in this case, I'm trying voice acting, which is hard because I'm not a very good voice actor. I've never trained for anything, but I mean, I just want my game to have voice, so. Damn plastic straws! I'll never forgive you! Damn plastic straws! I'll never forgive you! Okay, cool. And then I actually record some background noise. And I use the noise removal tool. In this case, yeah, noise reduction. You select it to choose a profile, what you want to remove, and then you select all and do it again. But this time you click OK. And usually I do 2 passes, because you see how up here it's still a little bit of noise left. You want to get rid of as much of that background noise as possible in silent parts. So noise reduction, get noise profile, select all, noise reduction. And yeah, you don't see much more of that. So now I can actually raise the excess. And a new thing that I've been doing, because I know my voice is too bassy, is I go to bass and treble and just, you know, increase treble by 10. Oh wait, you have to select everything first and then bass and treble. I already have the preset here, so I just apply. And this is what it sounds like. Damn plastic straws! I'll never forgive you! Yeah, and then I just export it as a wave. And yeah, I've been recording quite a bit. I'm about to record the bullet sound effects using these, and then just modifying the hell out of the file. In front of my computer, which is very safe, right? You know, it's for game dev. Let's go. It's recording. Oh. Jesus Christ, that is a lot louder than I thought. Oh god, it smells like gunpowder. And this is the sound that I got out of that. Not bad. If I can modify it a little bit, it can sound like a gunshot. So at this point, I'm not even sure if I'll have gunshots in the game, but I did repurpose that sound. I stretched it, I decreased the pitch and added some bass, and now it sounds like an explosion. Yeah. Alright, so I'd like to quickly walk you through some of the sound effects that I made and how I made them. So let's start with this one, the Lamborghini idle sound effect. That's actually just my Audi A4 Quattro from 1999. That's just the idle sound. And then the beast sound effect, which when unused, that's actually a Nintendo Labo. And this is actually an old project where I made a piano that vibrates these to the right frequency. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm gonna try to do it here. Yeah. Coin grab? That's just my pen hitting one of my glasses and then just adding an echo to it. Now the jet engine? That's just the fan for my 3D printer. As is the jet engine when it starts. Menu select. My 2 positive COVID tests hitting together. That's how I made that sound. Ramen. That was just lemon chips. But yeah, those are just some of the sound effects and how I made them. Now, it was the last day of the game jam. I needed to make some music because it was awkward as hell, the game being quiet. And unfortunately, I'm not a music composer. Like, I'm just not a composer. I don't know how to make music. I don't know almost anything about music theory. I did used to have a passion for music, but my middle school teacher killed that for me. So, thanks for that, middle school. Honestly, this took a long time because AI isn't really all that good at music at the moment. I just wanted to get a rough idea of how I wanted to then use it, I guess, MuseScore to make the actual music. Some of the music that this thing made, it was, miraculous. When it gets it right, it gets it really right. That's not to say that AI made all of the music. Actually, it made one soundtrack on Rhythm Core Alpha on my Nintendo 3DS. Yeah, it's kind of weird to make music on a video game console, but Rhythm Core Alpha is awesome. And it has this hot chick, so, there's that. And yeah, here's a song. Of course, not gonna sound as good from the 3DS speakers, but yeah, I made the race song in Rhythm Core Alpha on the Nintendo 3DS, and then I just used the the 3.5 millimeter output, which I'm sure you can't see. Plugged it into line in on my computer, recorded, and that's the track sound. So here's some of the soundtrack. So yeah, that's how the music was made. So I used GameMaker Studio 1 for this project. Now your first question is probably, why GameMaker and why an older version for that matter? Well, this version is the one that I'm most comfortable with, but also this version lets me export to a Windows executable, whereas GameMaker Studio 2 doesn't let me do that unless I give them money, which is crazy, right? I mean, I'm sure with GameMaker Studio 2, I do earn more features, but I sacrifice the ability to export to Windows, which is just crazy, right? I do eventually want to transition into Unity or Godot, or maybe even GameMaker Studio 2 if I get more money, but for now, this is what I can do. Yeah, at this point, it's been a few days after the game jam, and I already know who won. But spoiler alert, it wasn't me. I mean, I just want to show you some of the stuff that I, made for this. Of course, the cool thing about GameMaker Studio is that you can just type in, whatever you want a variable to be and what it equals to. I mean, you could always step it out and just add a var, but this works well enough, saves you some time. And for example, all of this is just, controls character movement, all of this block right here. And then all of this controls what happens when it's, the button is released, and then this controls the shooting. For example, here there's a variable called can move, and if it's on, then the character is able to move. And the reason I did that is because there's some certain situations in which I don't want the character moving. I'm pretty sure there's a more simple way of doing all this, but again, didn't really have time for optimization. It gets pretty complicated when you start actually making the game, but you eventually learn how to read all of this. The guard, not this one, but the active one. This was a freaking nightmare. It never worked the way I intended it. Yes, I used the buttons for this. Yeah, it never worked the way I intended it to work. It would either jitter in place, or it would move completely to one direction instead of stopping at after a certain amount of steps, or it would just wander off randomly, or it would go through walls. You know, I just could never get it to work right. Or actually, the worst one is it just wasn't looking at the direction that I was walking to. I guess that's the problem, right? I should have stuck to just coding instead of using the buttons, so that, you know, there wouldn't be any overlap. You know, I had to change it for a much simpler enemy to program, one that would just spin around in place instead of having to actually look in the direction that I was moving and moving randomly. And yeah, the reason I had to do that is simply because this was much easier to program than the guards. But yeah, the guard was a freaking nightmare, could never get it to work properly. The point is, GameMaker is pretty simple to use. It's pretty simple programming language to learn, but it can be pretty janky if you don't know, you know, the quirks. It's probably what I'll use in future game jams, unless I learned how to do Unity efficiently. That's the main problem, right? I have to learn how to use not only the engines, but I have to learn how to use them fast, like I do in GameMaker. So even if I was to learn Unity, I don't know how to use it fast at the moment. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say in regards to programming. It was a nightmare, and I'm just surprised the game works. So the days following the game jam were quite fascinating. I got a reply on itch.io a few days later. Unexpectedly, probably my favorite game from this jam. I could really feel the love you put into this game. The voice acting, the funny story, the art made on Paint or STHG,
How dare you!
etc. I love the cutscenes, the fact that there are many different gameplays also. The B level was very long though. Maybe I just wasn't lucky with the drop rates. Anyways, great work. Keep it up. I'm not gonna lie, there's wow, that comment made my day actually. And then a few days later, while I was eating Chinese food, I got another touching message on Discord that said, I watched Shadow play your RealMC game in the stream, and it was awesome and inspiring. I hope I can make something like that. Thanks, Slicing. I really appreciate that comment. You really have no idea how good that one made me feel, but and then it dawned on me, like, wait, he's streaming the games? Of course, out of fear, I did not check it out at first, but then I got a mention on the Game Jam Discord by the same guy saying, I wish the MadPhase 80 was here to react to your playthrough. That game was epic. And at this point, I realized that my game started a conversation on Discord, which is actually quite an honor. I really didn't expect people to like my game, especially, you know, the way it looks and plays. I mean, yeah, I didn't win the Game Jam, but just seeing that this made people talk about it made me feel like I accomplished something. So at this point, I had to check out the stream. You know, link in the description, by the way, to the stream.
Where's it? Okay, and then enter. Space.
Really? Well, I guess I'll stay here.
Ah, crap, he found a glitch right away.
Really? Well, I guess I'll stay in here for a while then.
Woohoo! It works! Alright, let's upload it. Okay, good. The patch was uploaded. Anyways, yeah, I really didn't expect my game to get this far, and it actually made me want to do more, which, of course, I am actually doing more, and this was the whole point of me entering the Game Jam, actually. Just, you know, I was looking for inspiration to make more, and I found it, so that's good. Mission accomplished. In the end, I got 4th place out of 15, which is a lot higher than I was expecting, honestly. I thought I would get like 8th or 9th place, maybe even lower. I did work quite hard on a project that looks like it was drawn by a 4th grader, but I take pride in the fact that it's at least more stable than a Bethesda game. Yeah, the game got a pretty low art rating, and understandably so. And the game mechanics are also rated pretty lowly, I'm guessing because the game barely works, or the gameplay is too simple, or sometimes it's just confusing and difficult. But here's the thing, it's my game. I made it, and it's something that I'm proud of. Despite the difficulty that comes from making a game in 5 days, I can honestly say that it was the best thing that I've ever done. I learned so much from doing this, and seeing how people reacted to something that I made so positively has given me the push that I needed to continue doing this kind of work. As I've mentioned, I do have quite a few other projects planned for the future, and I can't wait to share these things with you, but of course the first thing I'll need to do is expand my team, which would require me to get over my anxiety and just go out and start talking to people. Alternatively, I could search for other streams of revenue that I could actually use to fund my projects. I mean, it's not like Susan Wabajak is gonna pay me Wabajak shit. Anyways, as usual, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and by watching this video, you've been given 5 days of good luck, which you can expand to 7 days if you subscribe. Now, if you've already subscribed to this channel, you automatically get this full 7 days of good luck, which is pretty good, right? Also, if you want to play my mess, link in the description.
Now we're
The
fighting
game is
space
free,
beasts.
but it only works on Windows, I think. I mean, if you're on Linux, you could probably use like Wine or something, but anyways. I have a few things that I need to work on, and besides that, I will see you guys later.